A few summers ago, my tomato plants started wilting in the middle of July. Not the slow, graceful end of season decline, a sudden heartbreaking collapse, one plant after another, even though I had watered them faithfully, fed them well, and done everything I had always done. I dug one of them up and looked at the roots. Black, mushy, the kind of damage that looks like a plant has been drowned from the inside out. My neighbor leaned over the fence. She does this a lot, bless her heart, and said, "Have you tried hydrogen peroxide? The brown bottle from the medicine cabinet?" I had been gardening for over 30 years, and I had never once heard that suggestion in my life. That summer, I saved my remaining tomato plants with something that cost me $1.89 at the drugstore. And in the years since, that same little brown bottle has quietly become one of the most reliable tools in my entire garden. Not just for root rot, but for fungal disease, pest problems, seed starting, and soil health. Today I am going to share 7 of the most powerful ways to use hydrogen peroxide in your garden. The ones nobody at the garden center is ever going to walk you over to the shelf and tell you about. If you are new here, welcome to The Gardening Grandma. I share honest, practical gardening tips every single week, built around what actually works in real gardens with a real budget. Hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss a tip. Now let us get into it. Use we 1. Rescuing a plant from root rot. The Miracle Drench. Root rot is one of the most heartbreaking things to discover in the garden because by the time you see the symptoms above ground, the damage has often been happening underground for weeks. If you have ever watched a plant wilt and droop, even though the soil around it is perfectly moist, root rot may be exactly what you are dealing with. Here is what most gardeners never discover until it is too late. Root rot is caused by anaerobic conditions. When soil stays waterlogged too long, oxygen gets pushed out and harmful fungi move in and attack the roots. They destroy the roots so thoroughly that the plant cannot take up water even when the soil is soaking wet, which is why the wilting looks exactly like a plant dying of thirst. Hydrogen peroxide works against root rot in 2 ways simultaneously. The oxygen it releases destroys those anaerobic pathogens on contact, and then it re-aerates the soil, pushing oxygen back into the root zone where the struggling roots need it most to begin recovering. For a rescue drench, mix 1 part standard 3% hydrogen peroxide, the drugstore kind in the brown bottle, with 2 to 3 parts water. Pour it through the soil thoroughly. Let the container dry out well before the next watering, and watch closely over the following days. I have personally saved container plants, raised bed tomatoes, and indoor tropicals this way that I would otherwise have lost completely. Use 2. Treating powdery mildew, rust, and blight, the contact treatment. When you see the white powder of powdery mildew on your squash, the orange pustules of rust on your roses, or the yellowing and browning spots of early blight on your tomatoes, your instinct is probably to head to the garden center, and they will sell you something in a green or blue bottle for $15 or $20 that will work for about 3 days before you are back again. Here's what I want you to know. Hydrogen peroxide used as a foliar spray is a genuinely powerful contact treatment for all of those diseases, because those diseases are living organisms, and the oxidizing reaction of hydrogen peroxide ruptures their cell walls on contact. For a preventative spray before infection takes hold, mix half a cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide into 1 gallon of water. For an active infection that has already established itself, increase that to 8 to 12 tablespoons per gallon. The key is thorough coverage. Spray the undersides of the leaves especially, because that is where fungal spores hide and colonize first. Use a pump sprayer, take your time, and treat for 3 consecutive days. My rule after 30 years is simple. Act the moment you see the first sign. Waiting even a week makes everything harder and gives the disease time to spread to plants that were perfectly healthy. Use 3. Eliminating fungus gnats. Gone for good. Oh, those tiny black flies hovering around your containers. I know every gardener reading this has dealt with them, and I know most of you have tried the yellow sticky traps. They catch the adults and do absolutely nothing about what is actually causing the problem. Here is what most gardeners never discover. The adult flies are mostly cosmetic. The larvae living in the top layer of your moist soil are the real trouble. They feed on plant roots and organic matter, and in a young seedling or recently transplanted specimen, a larval infestation can cause wilting and yellowing that looks almost identical to root rot. A hydrogen peroxide soil drench wipes out the larvae. When that oxygen burst hits them in the soil, it disrupts their life cycle at the stage that matters. No larvae means no next generation of adults. Mix 1 part 3% hydrogen peroxide with 4 parts water. Let the top inch of soil dry out first. This brings the larvae up toward the surface and makes the drench far more effective. Then pour it through the soil thoroughly. Apply every 5 to 7 days for 2 to 3 weeks until you see no more adults emerging. Drop a comment below right now and tell me, have you ever dealt with fungus gnats in your containers? I read every single comment, and I would love to know if this one has been a trouble spot in your garden. Use 4. Speeding up seed germination, the pre-soak secret. Have you ever planted seeds exactly according to the packet, waited the recommended 2 weeks, then waited a 3rd week with nothing to show for it? I have, more times than I care to admit. And while slow germination can have several causes, one of the most common and least discussed reasons is surface contamination on the seed itself. Seeds can carry bacteria and mold spores on their outer coat. In the warm, moist environment of a germination tray, those organisms compete with the emerging seedling before it ever gets a real chance to establish. A 30-minute soak in diluted hydrogen peroxide before planting sterilizes that seed surface completely. It also gently softens the seed coat, which allows moisture in more quickly and meaningfully speeds up the germination process. The first time I tried this with pepper seeds, which are notoriously slow, I saw sprouts 3 full days earlier than I had ever managed before. Use 1 to 1.5 teaspoons of 3% hydrogen peroxide per cup of water. Soak for no more than 30 minutes and plant immediately afterward. It is a simple step that takes almost no time and makes a difference you will be able to see and measure for yourself. If you are finding these tips useful, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and joined our community here at the Gardening Grandma. I share new gardening wisdom every single week, and there is so much more I want to share with you. Use 5. Boosting soil oxygen and root health, the rainstorm in a bottle. Here is something I want you to think about. Have you ever noticed how your plants seem to bounce back dramatically after a heavy rainstorm? Not just a gentle watering, a real downpour. You probably assumed it was simply the water, but there is something else happening that most gardeners never learn about. Rainwater during a thunderstorm carries dissolved oxygen and trace amounts of naturally occurring peroxides into the soil. Plants evolved in an environment where that kind of oxygen-rich flush happened regularly. The beautiful recovery you see after a hard rain is partly about water and partly about oxygenation. When you add a small amount of hydrogen peroxide to your regular watering routine, just 4 tablespoons of 3% peroxide per liter of water, you are giving your soil what a good rain delivers naturally. The oxygen stimulates root growth, improves nutrient uptake, and is especially helpful for plants in containers, where soil compacts over time and oxygen levels quietly drop. If you have a plant that seems alive but not thriving, growing but not producing the way it should, low oxygen compacted soil is one of the first things I would investigate. This is one of the quietest and most underestimated uses on this entire list. Use 6. Sanitizing tools and pots. Stopping disease before it starts. This is one that experienced gardeners know well, and newer gardeners often learn the hard way. Your tools spread disease. The pruning shears you used on a rose with black spot, if you moved to the next plant without cleaning them, you carried that pathogen with you. The pot you rinsed out after a plant with root rot, if you refilled it with fresh soil without disinfecting it first, the pathogen is still there waiting for the next plant you put into it. Hydrogen peroxide is one of the most effective and least toxic sanitizers you can use on garden equipment. It kills bacteria, mold spores, and fungal pathogens on contact, and then it breaks down completely into water and oxygen, leaving absolutely nothing harmful behind. For pruning tools, wipe the blade with undiluted 3% hydrogen peroxide between cuts when working near diseased plants. For pots and containers, spray or fill them with a solution of 1 part peroxide to 1 part water. Let it sit for 10 minutes, then rinse thoroughly. Before every new season, every pot in my garden gets a hydrogen peroxide rinse before it sees new soil. It takes 5 minutes, and it has saved me from carrying last year's problems into this year's garden more times than I can count. Use 7. Making last year's potting soil safe to reuse. Stop throwing it away. Stop buying fresh bags of potting soil every single season. This one genuinely pains me to see because I watch gardeners throw away perfectly good growing medium out of fear of what might still be living in it. And I completely understand that instinct. Old soil can carry dormant fungal spores, insect eggs, and bacterial colonies that will attack whatever you plant next. But hydrogen peroxide makes that soil safe to reuse. A single thorough drench destroys those pathogens, not reduces them, destroys them. And because hydrogen peroxide breaks down into water and oxygen, what is left behind after treatment is actually beneficial to the root system of whatever goes in next. Mix 1 cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide per gallon of water and drench the growing medium completely, making sure the solution soaks all the way through. Let it sit for 24 to 48 hours before planting. By then, the peroxide will have broken down entirely, and your soil is clean, oxygenated, and ready. After 30 years of gardening on a sensible budget, this is one of the simplest ways I know to make your supplies stretch further without sacrificing a single thing. There you have it, my dear gardening friends. 7 powerful uses for one little brown bottle that costs less than $2 at any drugstore. Root rot rescue. 1 part peroxide to 2 or 3 parts water as a soil drench. Fungal disease. 1/2 cup per gallon for prevention. 8 to 12 tablespoons per gallon for active treatment. Fungus gnats. 1 part to 4 parts water every 5 to 7 days for 3 weeks. Seed soaking, 1 to 1.5 teaspoons per cup of water, 30 minutes before planting. Soil oxygenation, 4 tablespoons per liter added to regular watering. Tool and pot sanitation, undiluted on blades, 1 to 1 for containers. And old potting soil, 1 cup per gallon to drench and refresh before reuse. None of these require a trip to the garden center. None of them require reading a label dense with warnings, and not one of them costs more than the bottle you already have sitting in your medicine cabinet. Which of these are you trying first? Drop it in the comments below. I genuinely want to know, and I read every single one. If you are not subscribed yet, please do join us. I share new gardening wisdom every single week, and this community is one of the true joys of my week. Until next time, happy gardening. Take care of yourselves and take care of those beautiful gardens of yours.